All right, so I had several people requesting that I clarify some information about the Game Boy Advance button lighting. Um, I'll make it much more simple than I did in that other video. Um, I have one LED wired up right here. I have the positive side wired to S2 on the back here. So it's not really the back, I mean it sort of is. So there's the back of the Game Boy Advance, and I have the PCB still inside that. So you can see that's how it's laid out, and you can see the S2 point right there. Let's see, you see it? Let's focus. And then the negative side is going to the ground over here where it says GND. So that on this build, I'm just going to use that point. I'm just going to use S2 and ground, and that should make it much simpler. And then I'll just show like where it's connecting. This one will probably go right there on the D-pad. But yeah, as you can see, that's all wired up there. And let me turn it on, and you can see that LED comes on there, and that works. So let me get a few more wired up here, and I'll try and get them put in place here where they're going to go, so you can see how I have that set up. And then yeah, hopefully this will clear it up a little bit. All right, so now I have all the LEDs wired up and ready to get soldered onto the motherboard. I set them up, and I glued them in already, and they're ready to be soldered in. You can see I got the resistors on and all the negative. So the negative wires are black and the positive are the yellow ones, in case you're wondering. So what I've done here is I just have one wire going directly to S2 and then one going to ground, and I sort of stripped a big old chunk off of them, and I'm going to connect all these yellow wires directly to this one that's connected to S2. That'll make it easier. Instead of having them all try to connect directly to S2, I'll connect them to this larger wire here. But yeah, that's how I have it set up right here. So right now I'm using these 1.5 millimeter LEDs, and it's easier to fit them in these smaller spots as opposed to the 3 millimeter LEDs. So that's how I've set it up here. On the A button here, I've just cut out a section there and glued that in. It's pointing in there. On the B button, I just cut that section out, and you can see I just glued that one in. It's going to point in there. And then on the, let me take this side thing off. It's a little bit more complicated on this side. Let me show you what I have. So you can see here I have an LED that's pointing in, and I cut out the section here, and I may need to cut out the intersection. I think I have to actually. This section here to allow some light through, and then this section here. I think I did that on the other one, but we'll see. We'll see what it looks like here. I think that may or may not be necessary. And on the start and select, I just cut out a big chunk of it right here, and then just laid the LED in and glued it down. I don't think there's any of these wires touching in here, like exposed wire or anything like that. It's all just the insulated part of the wire touching other parts of the other wire, so that should be fine. But yeah, let me get this all wired up. Oh, and these are the just for the IPS screen, which you may or may not be doing. So you don't need to worry about these if you're just wanting to do the button lighting for right now. So yeah, let me see if I can get this all wired up so you can see how it connects to these wires up here, and then we'll see what we get. All right. So yeah, I got all those yellow wires connected to that one single yellow wire that was going to the S2 point, and then all the black wires connected to the single wire going to ground. And then I put the PCB back on. This is the front of the Game Boy, and so I put it back on, and I screwed it in there. And I have these, just the white ones, going to the shoulder buttons for the brightness control on the IPS screen, which once again, has nothing to do with this. So yeah, let me put the back on here and get some batteries in. We'll see what we got there. All right, I got the back put on and got some batteries in. So I'm gonna flip it on here. There we go. So got all the buttons lit up, as you can see, and yeah, I got everything set up there. They're all lighting up. So yeah, hopefully this overview helps a little bit better than the extended one that I did before. But yeah, if you have any more questions about it, let me know. I'll try and answer it. This Game Boy Advance, putting the lights and the buttons on this is definitely much harder than the Game Boy Color. There's just so much less space, and the way you have to route the wires, it just doesn't make as much sense, and you kind of just have to kind of figure it out on your own, honestly. Like, it's just a little bit frustrating to try and get this working. Like, I've been doing this for at least 2 hours now, just trying to get all these lit up. If you want to, I believe there is a lighting kit that's going to come out from Natalie the Nerd on Instagram. I believe she's doing a Game Boy Advance kit. She's posted a couple of pictures of some lit up Game Boy Advances, so you might want to just check that out and wait. That if you already have all the parts and all the LEDs, you could try it like this, but I think might be the better way to go, especially if you're just going to be doing one Game Boy Advance. That'll be way easier. You can just buy it, and she can do custom colors, I believe, if you want to get different colors. But yeah, if you're going to be doing a lot of them, it might be worth trying to invest and get all the parts that you would need to do it this way. But yeah, I would, I guess, just recommend maybe you want to try and get the kit. But hopefully, if you were trying it this way and you already had the parts, you could, this guide will help you. But yeah, if you do have any questions about it, just let me know. I'll try and help. But yeah, hopefully you can get it working. So, all right, thanks. Bye.